A wild Wednesday night in the SEC men's basketball. Let's break it all down right now. Starting in Tuscaloosa, Crimson Tide wins 117 to 115 over Arkansas in double overtime. How about Acuff going for 49 points against the Crimson Tide? One of the best performances inside Coleman Coliseum since Pete Maravich all those years ago. Pete Maravich, of course, did that without a three-point line. But by all metrics, Arkansas should have won the game. 50% from three-pointer. They were 13 of 26. 49% from the field. 84% from the charity stripe. They led by as many as 14. But, and big but there, because Alabama had a record night. They had the night of all nights. Philon goes off for 35. He had 7 assists. The team, Alabama as a team, was 56% from the field. Just a remarkable shooting performance. 79% from the line. And how about this? 58 points in the paint. A majority of those were from Aiden Sherrell, who finished the night with 26 points. And it was one of those games you just couldn't look away. You couldn't stop watching. Great basketball, start to finish. Runs, 9 lead changes total. And then in 2 overtime games, 10 extra minutes of basketball. It kind of gave you that feeling of when Kobe Bryant played his last game, regular season, scored 60 points, and you just couldn't look away from the TV. It was that type of basketball game. So Alabama gets the win and the Crimson Tide improve. Lots to shake out in 5 games left in SEC play, but Alabama with a big, much-needed win over an Arkansas team who's trending in the right direction and playing very good basketball as of late. How about the most underrated game of the night? The Missouri-Vanderbilt finish. Missouri nearly choking away the Vanderbilt game, 81-80 final. It shouldn't have been that close. Tyler Nickel hit a three-pointer with 2 seconds left, and then he picked off an errant heave, and that shot rimmed out at the buzzer, the half-court shot that could have sent Vanderbilt winning over Missouri. However, Missouri held on by 1 at home. Both of those teams are in a 5-way tie for 5th place in the league. So something to keep an eye on there as 5 teams are knotted up at 8-5 in conference play. One of those teams is Texas A&M, and they mounted a huge comeback against Ole Miss last night. The Aggies won by 3, 80-77 to defeat the Rebels, who have lost I think 8 straight now, conference games, but that doesn't mean they hadn't been in those games. As Bucky McMillan said in his press conference, Buckyball erased a 13-point second half deficit with under 12 minutes to go, despite A.J. Storr's incredible night. He had 16 of his 21 points in the second half in Aggieland. How about Ruben Dominguez finding the bottom of the net once again? He had 13 points for Texas A&M and a much needed spark after he has had a little bit of a cold streak shooting. He comes up big in what was called a long season from Coach McMillan. Ruben contributes 13 points, but he wasn't alone in contributing for the Aggies. Rashawn Agee did a great job, had another double-double, I believe 17 and 10. Zach Clements, the Kansas transfer off the bench, had 14 points to lead the Aggie bench with 14. And A&M undersized all season. We've talked about that, and you've seen that in their performances coming up, short in the last 4 games, physically, but also rebounding wise. A&M goes plus 14 on the rebounding margin, and that was a difference maker. As I mentioned, AG 17 and 10, and then Zach Clements 14 off the bench. And you got to play well when you don't shoot well from beyond the arc. So A&M 5 of 20 from downtown, not a great percentage, but they find a way to get it done. They're in that 5-way tie for 5th place at 8-5. Obviously, that will settle out over the next 5 games. We go to Starkville, Auburn at Mississippi State. Return game for Keyshawn Murphy, and his Tigers take on the Bulldogs, but he had 7. The Tigers lost by 6. But how about Josh Hubbard? 46 points for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. I think 35 in the first half. Just an incredible performance from not only Acuff, but Josh Hubbard putting on clinics, both scoring over 45, nearly 50 points last night in conference play on a Wednesday night. Hubbard had 46. He had 10 3-pointers, so 10 from downtown, and he had 9 boards to go with that as well. It was a record for Mississippi State for points in a league game that had previously been set by Bailey Howell in 1958. So what a run. That streak comes to an end, and Josh Hubbard puts on an absolute clinic. But I think the storyline of the game is how Auburn trailed by 18. Then they led by as many as 7 at the under 4 timeout. They had an 89% chance to win, but following that, Mississippi State closed the game on a 16-5 run. and they get the win over the Auburn Tigers. Auburn drops their fifth game in a row. Also, last night, Tennessee beat Oklahoma by 23, so four really good games and one blowout win. Tennessee, watch out for the Vols now. They're getting hot. They have won three straight and seven of their last eight games. Check this out. Subscribe to my channel and hope to talk more college basketball, SEC men's hoops with you soon. Thanks for checking this out. I'm William Galloway. Talk to you soon.